Hey you guys, welcome to Consume the Goodness. My name is Kendra. I'm a certified lifestyle and weight management coach, and this channel combines healthy lifestyle with God's Word. And today I want to talk about just the little things in life. Okay, so jumping right into it, some examples of what I'm talking about with the little things, the smaller things in life. Just things that I guess seem small, like paying attention, being observant to what's going on around you at home. If someone is trying to do something and they're maybe struggling, just jumping in to give a hand without having to be asked. Popping into your kid's room, popping your head in, like that clip from last week's video where I popped my head into our daughter's room and I was asking, like, how you doing? How's your day? Anything you want to talk about? Are you happy? Are you good? All that kind of stuff. That is stuff that I actually do on a regular basis. So little things like that, like popping in just to say, hey, how's your day going to, for your kids. Or if they're younger, asking what they're building or what they're playing, or if they like to read, what they're reading and what's the book like and what's going on so far in the book. Stuff like that. Saying I love you, telling the people you love that you love them, actually saying it. I know sometimes it's kind of like of course they know that I love them, but actually hearing it, that can seem like a really little thing. Some examples, like telling your kids I'm proud of you, or I'm so happy you're my kids. Like I tell my kids that all the time. And I feel like it kind of spreads because they just randomly hug us too, just like I randomly hug them. And I'll just hug and be like, oh, I'm so happy you're my kids. I'm so happy that God was like, I want you to be their mom. That makes me so happy. Or to my husband, like, of all the people, you picked me. Like, that just is still hard for me to believe. I still don't have a full grasp on why. But of all the people you could have been with, you picked me. And I'm so thankful for that. I'm so thankful that you're my husband. Just saying little things like that. Let's see, what are some other examples? Maybe other examples for not inside of your home, not with the people who live with you or the people who are super close to you, but even with strangers, like just waving, saying hi, if you're outside and somebody's on a walk with their dog, or they come outside, one of your neighbors, just waving and saying hi, or smiling at people as you're walking past them. Complimenting a stranger. I do this a lot. I think it kind of embarrasses my kids sometimes, but if someone is wearing a shirt or a dress, or they have like some type of piece of clothing or something that I like, I will let them know, like, oh my gosh, your dress is so cute, or I love your shoes, your hair is so pretty, any just whatever compliment. Let's see what else outside of your home. Maybe letting an employee of whatever business, wherever you are, grocery store, or a server at a restaurant, whatever, letting them know, like, thank you, I appreciate the work that you do. Or if you happen to pass, maybe there's a police officer standing in a grocery store, or somehow cross paths with a firefighter or a police officer, or someone like that, and just letting them know, like you guys are awesome, the work that you guys do, and we just appreciate you. Like, all right, we're just big supporters of police officers, law enforcement, big supporters of truck drivers, and just letting them know, like, the stuff that you do is noticed and appreciated. Some other examples of small things, maybe like small things for yourself, like taking time to stop and look up. That's for me, because I'm usually looking down while I'm running accounts. I'm looking down, at the yard scooping, but taking a second to look up at a really pretty tree. That seems like a little thing, but it can fill you with so much joy. So I will say that, and you know what? Another example of outside of the home, I actually just a couple weeks ago, so there is a customer that we had, and I love their yard. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about their yard. Like, we have a lot of customers who have really nice yards, but this specific yard, for whatever reason, I don't know what it is, but it feels so homey. It's like cozy in the backyard. I didn't even know that was a thing. But okay, the closest thing I can think to describe this is like a fall candle, when you smell like a really good one. I think there's like maybe one that's like autumn wreath or something, and then there's one that I think is harvest. Like those types, like a Yankee fall candle. And you smell it and it's just like, you just feel like, it just feels so homey and cozy and just happy and joy and all that just feel good that you feel from that. Okay, that is the vibe in this backyard. I love it. I've been in that yard. So my husband and I own a pet waste management company, and so I've been in that yard week after week after week. But I saw the customer as I was leaving pull into the driveway, and I was like, man, I want to say something about how much I love this yard, but I feel like he's probably gonna be like, you're weird and creepy. Because what am I gonna say? Like, I love your backyard. But I was thinking, no, I'm not gonna say anything. But then I was like, you know what? I am going to, because it's just my personality. That's part of my personality. I say things, the stuff that I'm thinking in my head, I say it out loud, even if it might make me look weird or whatever. So I sent a text and just like let him know how much I love the backyard. And then a little bit after, and like he responded to that, and then I got a text from his wife. After I got her text, I was like, I'm so happy that I did it. Like, I'm glad that I did, because it's like somewhere in the back of my head was like, they're gonna think you're like crazy and creepy. But I didn't hold back. I had that thing inside that was like, oh, just tell them. Just like I do in the grocery store or wherever we might be, where I see someone and I want to compliment them, and I just do it, even if, you know, is there a chance they could look at me and be like, I don't know you, like, why are you talking to me? Yeah, but I don't care. I mean, that usually doesn't happen though, so that is kind of what it is. All of this is coming back to is all these examples that I gave. Something that all of these little things have in common is that they are really not little at all. They're huge. They have a huge impact. They mean a lot more than a lot of us think sometimes. And so when you feel that nudge, or if you have something inside that's like, tell them that you like their hair, or smile at that person, or send a text to this customer and tell them that you love being in their backyard while you're scooping the dog poop. Like, no matter how ridiculous it might seem, if you have something on your heart, if there's someone that's put on your heart and you just feel like, I'm just gonna send them a quick text, like, hey, just saying hi, thinking about you, how are things going? It might seem like a super simple thing, but that could be the thing that makes that person's day. That could be the thing that they really needed at that exact moment in their life. You just don't ever know. So these things that seem like it's not gonna matter if I tell them I love them or not. Like, I can tell them when they get back. Maybe they're not coming back. These things that seem so small, they're really not when you think about it. They can mean so much. It would be awesome, like, if you guys let me know in the comments little things that you can think about, little things that people do, like just little things. I could do an entire video just talking about the little things that my husband does for me. I'm not gonna do that, but if you think about someone specific, or while you're out, you know, any, like in the house and outside of the house, like just different examples that I gave, what are some things that you guys can think of, the little things that you can think of? So the encouragement for today is just to think about the little things, hold tight to them, because they really do matter. And when things are really hard, sometimes it is just the little things that help keep us going. And realize that they're not little. Don't take the small things for granted. Ooh, you know what else? It seems like a small thing? Playing games with your family. And it's really not. My dad came to visit some days ago, and we played games, and it was just so much fun. Like we spent pretty much 2 straight days just playing games, and it might seem like a small thing, but we made such awesome memories. So that's another thing, taking time to play some games with your family. Might seem small, but it's awesome. So that's it for that part of the video, and I apologize, I know my background's not super exciting. It's like the pantry, but I'm just about to make dinner, so I'm kids playing outside, about to make dinner, recording this really quick because it's Thursday already. I haven't recorded anything. So yeah, trying to get this done real quick. But I did want to take the time to answer this question. So I wanted to answer it by talking instead of just typing it out, because I don't know, sometimes I feel like I don't really make sense, but if I'm using my words, maybe it'll be at least a little bit better. So in response to this comment, I would consider a few things, just myself personally. I would consider a few things, and none of this is in any particular order, but some of the things that I would think about in regards to this would be, I guess, making sure that I'm not being taken advantage of, and then also like not changing who I am as a person, not changing who I am as a friend or as a person because of someone else's actions. Also maybe asking myself, why is this bothering me in the first place? Like, am I always there for them because I'm expecting that in return, or am I always there for them just no matter what? Which I guess might also kind of tie into the thought of, you know, making sure you're not being taken advantage of. Something else that I would consider is just communication. I am so big on communication, so that is a big one for me. I guess this kind of, a lot of these things that I'm saying are kind of, I guess, dependent on how close you are with that person, what type of relationship you have. If you feel like you could, I would say to talk to them. Tell them about how you're feeling or what, you know, what things seem like to you. Not in like a I'm angry at you, you know, so I'm like starting an argument type of thing, but just, hey, I just, you know, this is how I'm feeling and I don't want to hold it in. You just don't know, like, talking to someone, communication is so huge. Talking to somebody, but just letting them know how you feel about stuff, they might not even have a clue that they are kind of that way. They just might not know. It's easy to get caught up in all the things that are going on in life, and sometimes we don't stop to just stop and be like, holy crap, like, that person was asking for my help and I didn't even realize it. I didn't even really acknowledge it because I was so busy focusing on this other thing. And it might just kind of humble them, and it might just be helpful for them, you know, help them realize, oh crap, I didn't even notice that I was doing that, so thank you for pointing that out to me. But again, that just depends on what the person is like, or how well you know them, how you think they'll respond to that. If you guys are really good about talking about things. I guess those are my, just off the top of my head, those are just some ideas of how I would handle that. I hope this is helpful. I honestly have no idea. And any of you guys who are watching, if you have better things to say, which I'm sure a lot of you do, just leave it in the comments, and that way Relax, Soothe, and Joy can check out your comments too, and hopefully she can get some help from that too. But I don't know if I'm saying what I'm trying to say very well. Yeah. Those are at least some of the things that would be popping in my head. There's a lot to it. I feel like there could be a lot to this. And I feel like I've talked way too long. I probably said way more than you. You're probably like, wow, you said a whole lot of words and it wasn't helpful at all. I'm so sorry. I hope that it was helpful, and if it wasn't, I apologize. And hopefully somebody else watching this video has a better answer, better suggestions. But that is just like off the top of my head type of answer. So I do hope that it was helpful. But if it wasn't, or if you have like follow-up questions or more that you want to talk about, then please feel free to email me. Any of you guys can email me anytime at consumethegoodness@gmail.com, and I am happy to get back to you. Like, sometimes it takes me a little bit. Sometimes it takes me like even a couple weeks to respond, depending on what's going on my end, but I will get back to you. I do read the messages, and I do care. It's just like juggling all that, you know, that video I did last week about all the hats. It's all kind of that. Anyway, okay, that's it for this week. I think that's it. I'm probably forgetting something, but I'm not sure. I love you guys so much. God bless, and I hope to have you back for the next one. It helps. Maybe it's what helps keeps us